welcome back to the show. I'm Sergeant Richard Lloyd, Public Information Officer for the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office, and here with me is Jacqueline Kovac, our Crime Prevention Coordinator. That's a mouthful.
It is. It's a very long title.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm excellent. So we've had a really busy week this week. We got a lot of stuff to talk about in a very short period of time. So let's get started right away.
Yes. So last week we had a couple big cases happen in the county. The first one, we had a bank robbery in Pace, and this was at the United Bank on Highway 90 and Diamond Street. We are still looking for the suspect in that case. We're going to show some video right here of the suspect. If you recognize this gentleman at all whatsoever, you can call Crimestoppers 437-STOP and let us know who he is. You'll remain anonymous by doing so. And he may be driving a vehicle that is described as a sort of darker gray, mineral gray might be the color, Dodge Ram with extended cab. So we are looking for that vehicle as well, possibly involved, may not be involved, but yeah, we're looking for the gentleman in this case. It's very interesting. Yeah,
and this we don't get a lot of bank robberies in Santa Rosa County.
No, we don't.
A lot of folks said, well, tell us more about the case. Well, we can't really get into a lot of details because of the type of case, but we do have the photo of him. We suspect that that vehicle that you saw was involved with it, and if anyone has any information, and it could be something as innocent as, hey, I think I saw that vehicle parked on my street about an hour beforehand, and we thought it didn't belong. So it's those little itty bitty things that we really look forward to hearing from our community to help us. So if you have any information on that, let us know. If you know that individual and you need to remain anonymous, Crimestoppers is the way to go, 437-STOP. I'm a huge Crimestopper fan. I love Crimestoppers. And matter of fact, we're going to talk about some stuff later about Crimestoppers.
Yes.
But if you have any information, just give them a call. Second was a traffic stop on Reagan Road in Navarre. Now, we got a great evening shift. Actually, all of our shifts are great. But this particular,
you can't pick a shift.
No,
They're all
I mean,
great.
We got awesome guys. I got to tell you, they're all great. So this one particular shift was working the midnight shift, and they got a call in reference to a suspicious vehicle making some noise. So we went there, pulled up on the vehicle. Next thing you know, it ends up being a bad day. Not for us, but for them, because if you're going to draw attention to yourself, you may not want to do it in a stolen car. So the car was stolen. Inside the car was a gun, which was loaded, which was stolen from Fort Walton Beach. And then we recovered marijuana, a mess of methamphetamine, heroin, and narcotics equipment. And out of that came 3 arrests. And when you think about a case like this, it's not as simple as just walking up, oh, drugs, you take it and you put them in jail. There's a lot more involved with it. There's evidence collection. There's guys talking to people, interrogations, getting other units involved. And ultimately, 3 people were Donna Medeiros, Brandon Parker, and Jesnon Urbina. Who, when we had the press conference on this, Sheriff Johnson made a very specific point that this individual had been deported several times in the past, is illegal in this country, and was involved in other crimes in the past. And now he's carrying a gun, which was loaded with 1 in the chamber, which was stolen from another jurisdiction. So that's kind of it makes you think. We've had several vehicle burglaries in Santa Rosa County, and when we have a vehicle burglary, generally when a group goes out, there's guns stolen as well. And this is what happens, is your gun is taken from your car and used in the crime somewhere else. And that's where you got to be careful.
And you don't want to leave your keys in the car either, because someone can then easily just say, well, it's mine now. Now, we don't know if that was the case in this. We just know that that vehicle was reported stolen, but you never know. And we get reports all the time of, oh, I left the keys in the car because I just do, or I leave them in the ignition. It's just easier to get out in the morning. So it's just, a simple way for you to avoid being a victim of this crime is just by removing the keys, removing your valuables, and locking those doors.
We have a very safe community. We enjoy a great low crime rate in Santa Rosa County. And a lot of folks say, well, if it's so great and if we're having such a good time with low crime, why do we have to worry about stuff like this? And I always use the fishing analogy. Fish have tails, they move. So criminals have legs, they come here. And knowing that, they expect the kind of atmosphere where people are going to drop their guard. And that's really what we're asking, is that you don't drop your guard, lock your car, and just take your things out.
Yes. So, next.
Do you like my fishing analogy?
You know, I am not a fisherman. I'll eat the fish, so you can fish. You can have all the
There you
fishing
go.
analogies you want. I'll eat what you catch since you don't eat it.
Cool.
So,
All right.
we
Let's
got a
move
plan.
on.
All right. So next up, we have a winner of the gun drawing for the Zach Brown tickets. That the concert was last week. So Helen Gisclair was the winner of that fundraiser. It all was benefiting our deputy Nick Hubbard. He is up in Maryland right now battling cancer, and he is going through a treatment for what is it? It's
Lymphoma.
a lymphoma, but he's doing a treatment through his immune system rather than chemotherapy, since he doesn't respond to it.
Well, let's do this. Before we go on a commercial break, let's show the update video
Yes.
that we have of Deputy Hubbard. Let's take a look.
Hey guys, I just want to give a little bit of an update on how I'm doing and how I'm feeling and how treatment's going, and I'm feeling pretty good, a lot better than when I did chemotherapy. I've pretty much lost all of that weight that I gained with chemotherapy from all the steroids and different types of medicines and drugs they had me on. I gained about 60 pounds, so I've been able to lose that and keep it off, which is a huge boost to just my mental state and just everything and what I'm able to do and all that. Energy is a lot more than with chemo, but I'm starting to feel the treatments a little more. They're just starting to catch up to me. My immune system, my body's in overdrive. It's working overtime all the time. And but overall I'm doing really good. We're looking at best case scenario, being home. That's bone marrow transplant, everything done September timeframe, so I can be back home and get back to work hopefully by the end of the year, because I'm going crazy not working. My Lauren and I and the rest of my family, I don't think we'll ever be able to say thank you enough or repay this community, the sheriff's office, for what they've done. It's been a blessing to be a part of this community, and I mean it just leaves us in awe all the time. The things that people are willing to do and take time out of their day to make sure that our lives are a little easier in this whole process. So I hope you guys are all staying warm. It's been cold and rainy here. We're hopefully getting some warmer weather coming up soon. But to all my brothers and sisters at the sheriff's office, stay safe. Hope to see you soon. And to the rest of the community, I hope to be out there serving you by the end of the year.
Deputy Hubbard, we wish you the best while you're up there, and hopefully we'll see you soon. And let's do this. Let's go to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Why are we here?
Because you guys busted me stealing from cars.
So how were you getting into these cars?
It's easy, man. I just open the doors.
What do you mean you just open the doors?
Most of the cars I get into are left unlocked.
What are you looking for when you get into these cars?
Cell phones, wallets, guns, purses with money, and even sunglasses. You'd be surprised what people leave in their vehicles. If people would just lock their cars. If people would just lock their cars.
From that first day when I started hearing stories about what law enforcement actually, entailed, I was hooked. I'm very involved with, being on the SWAT team. It's my niche, if you will. I take pride in what I do. And my wife grew up in Santa Rosa County. I have, 2 children, one on the way. I try to be the best husband and father I can be. Hopefully at the end of the day it'll make me a better cop as well.
I am Michael Ramirez, and I am proud to be a Santa Rosa County Deputy Sheriff.
And welcome back. And if you're interested, we are hiring. All you need to do is go to our website, santarosasheriff.org. Top right corner says careers. You could watch our video. You could see what we do, how we do it. You could also sign up online.
You can apply online.
You can apply online, which is really cool. So everything you could do online, we've automated all that for you. And if you have any questions, contact our HR at 983-1201.
Sure.
Right? So let's move on with the show. So We finished with Deputy Hubbard. We're going to continue. So there is a Jimmy Buffett concert drawing coming up. And that is sponsored by the Pirates in the Panhandle. Great group of guys and girls down there in the South End of Navarre. And they're offering 2 VIP concert tickets at the Wharf in Orange Beach on April 23rd. And it includes 2 passes to a private show and a hospitality lounge. A number of businesses in the area are selling the tickets. You'll see signs of most of them. And it's 1 ticket for 10 and 3 for 20. And is it my understanding there's like a backstage thing where you could meet him maybe?
The VIP concert tickets, I believe, do allow you to go backstage and possibly meet Jimmy Buffett, which he is
cool.
a fantastic person.
Have you met him before?
I have met him.
Wow.
So he's very cool. And if he's not cool, then he's very good at acting cool in front of fans. So good luck to those of you that purchase tickets, and
I'm gonna get a couple. Definitely getting 3.
Definitely. I mean,
I like Jimmy Buffett. That Margaritaville song.
I mean, even
it.
if you're not a fan of Jimmy Buffett, you can buy the tickets, benefit Deputy Hubbard, and give the tickets away to a friend if you win. So.
I'll be the friend. Give him to me. So what else we got? The Freshman DUI Program.
Yes.
Tell us about it. That's a crime prevention.
This is a crime prevention effort. So we have started this new program called the Freshman Dui Program, and we're doing it in 5 out of the 6 high schools in Santa Rosa County. We're doing Milton, Navarre, Pace, Navarre, Pace, Jay, and Central High School. We're not able to go to Gulf Breeze this year, but it's a program where we talk to the freshman students in all of the high schools about the dangers of drinking and driving. This is something that we've in the past have really targeted the juniors and seniors in the high school, especially around prom season, but we really wanted to hit the students early with this information before they get their license, before they experiment with various items of drugs, alcohol, even talk about texting behind the wheel, just because whether it's something in your system, it's still influencing how you're driving. So we discussed that as well. We have a lot of great first responders involved in coming out and talking to the students about their job and what they've experienced with this. And even a couple select schools have the benefit of hearing from a mom who lost her daughter because of a drunk driver. And it's very interesting to explain all of this information, but then to hear how the students are responding. So we wanted to talk about this during the show just because I believe we can't do anything more than arm people with information, and we want to be able to educate you as viewers on how to talk to your teens about the dangers of drinking and driving, using drugs then driving, or even texting and driving, because it's a concern. It's something that we're seeing.
So the question would be, why is there a DUI class for freshmen? And I think the answer to that is to get the message out early.
Yes.
To be preventive and to talk about not only the DUI aspect of it, but when we go to the locations, we're bringing law enforcement, first responders, lifeguard ambulance, FHP, and it gives them that interaction with law enforcement and other types of first responders, but it also gives them an idea of what we do, how we do it, and some of the vehicles that we use. And we even show a video, a very emotional,
powerful, emotional video that just really puts you in the shoes of someone that is involved in a DUI crash.
And that video is on our Facebook. No, it's on our YouTube video.
Page.
So parents, if you're interested in watching that, go to our YouTube page and you can see that video for yourself. And it's an awesome video.
Yes.
I still get goosebumps when that girl starts talking about her dad and what she went through, and it's well worth watching, and it's very informative.
Yes, I'm glad we have that video, and thank you to the PACE Student Government Association that helped us make that video a couple years ago. It's still very effective today.
Yes. So next up, let's go into Sheriff's Office updates. We had a really great Mad Top DUI Awards dinner that was held last week, and it's to recognize the law enforcement officers that are really the top guns of DUI. And those three were Deputy Raymond Spencer with 34 arrests, Deputy James Moy with 13, and Deputy Daniel Harvath with 18 arrests. Congratulations, guys. We're proud of you. Thank you for taking those individuals off the street. And DUIs, as we all know, is a very serious event, and it can lead to people dying. So and for Deputy Spencer, and this isn't his first year. He's generally the guy that goes and gets first place with 34 arrests. Congratulations, and to all three, you guys, hats off to you, and great job.
And you know what, it's important to mention, these deputies don't perform these traffic stops and make these arrests to get these awards. They do it because, one, it's their job, but two, it's a problem that we see. And it's not just a problem in Santa Rosa County, it's a problem in neighboring counties. It might come through Santa Rosa County, but it's important to know that, you shouldn't have a drink and get behind the wheel. Make a plan before you go somewhere. If you know you're planning on going to a bar, get yourself an Uber or a taxi to get yourself there first off, because then you're not going to be tempted to get in your car and drive home because you've already driven your car there.
Deputy Spencer was the deputy that one day there was a box that arrived at the main office, and it was flowers that was given to Deputy Spencer by somebody he pulled over with a very nice note that said, "Thank you for changing my life." And
thank you for saving the lives of others.
Yes, and we made fun of him because it's a little unusual for a law enforcement officer to get flowers, but it was different, and that's on our Facebook page as well. And congratulations, all three of you guys did awesome. Next is swearing in. We got two new deputies that came to us, which is Bailey Avery and Ryan Golden. Want to congratulate you for joining our family here at Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office, and you're gonna have some interesting training going forward, and we'll get you out in the street as soon as we can.
Yeah.
Let's see, job openings, we talked about that, but I really want to specify the importance of the communications dispatcher positions. We currently have 4 dispatcher positions open, and we have 5 certified deputies we're looking for. So when I say certified, it's you had to have already gone to the academy, or if you're from out of state, then all you do is take like a 40-hour transition course and you're good to go. So we are looking for positions. Dispatchers, they're the first 911 responders. That's what we call them.
They're the first of the first responders.
And they are all awesome people. And if you're interested in that, go online to santarosasheriff.org careers tab, and you can apply right there. So easy. It doesn't take a lot of effort. Let's do this, go to a quick commercial, and we'll be right back.
Why are we here?
Because you guys busted me stealing from cars.
So how are you getting into these cars?
It's easy, man. I just open the doors.
What do you mean you just open the doors?
Most of the cars I get into are left unlocked.
What are you looking for when you get into these cars?
Cell phones, wallets, guns, purses with money, and even sunglasses. You'd be surprised what people leave in their vehicles. If people would just lock their cars. If people would just lock their cars.
This is where I grew up. I know the streets, I know a lot of the people. My father's been a police officer for over 25 years. It's sort of a family business. I feel very safe and proficient with what I have in my belt. I would not hesitate to put my life on the line for somebody else. I feel like the community here is very supportive. I love working in Santa Rosa County, and it is a great place to both live and work. I'm Jillian Fernandez, and I'm proud to be a Santa Rosa County Deputy Sheriff.
And welcome back. Want to quickly talk about Crimestoppers, 437-STOP. That's the number you want to call if you have any information on our favorite segment, which is right now, and that is the wanted fugitives. And if you're going to call Crimestoppers, 437-STOP, you could also go online at SRCCS.com. That's Santa Rosa County Crimestoppers, just the initials, SRCCS.com. Then you have P3 Apps by Anderson Software. You can put that on your phone, or you can go to p3tips.com and boom, you're good to go. So if you have, sorry, go ahead.
So many ways.
There is, and we make it possible so everybody can use it, because not everybody uses the same type of software or electronics, cell phones.
And what's great too, if you're ever in one of the Walmarts or the courthouse, the South End Service Center, I believe we have one more somewhere at the sheriff's office, right?
Kiosks.
We have kiosks, and we have little QR codes that you can just pull up the camera on your phone. You can scan the QR code. It'll take you directly to the website to
great thing.
report that.
Ready?
So, yes.
All right, I'll go first. First up is Robert Eugene Hairston Jr. Robert is a white male, 55 years old. He is approximately 5 foot 10 inches tall, 175 pounds. He has brown hair, brown eyes, and he is wanted for grand theft of a motor vehicle and criminal mischief over $1,000.
Next up, we have Michael Joseph Heath. This man is flagged violent. Michael is a white male. He is 37 years old. He's approximately 5'11 and 145 pounds. He's wanted for aggravated stalking, credible threat to person, and has a violation of probation for driving while having a license suspended, canceled, or revoked, and this is his third conviction.
Wow, you'd figure you'd learn your lesson after a little while like that.
Yeah.
Next up, Christopher Lee Attaway. And Christopher is a white male, 34 years of age. He's approximately 6 foot tall, 150 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. And his charges are failure to appear for truancy court, burglary of an occupied dwelling, unarmed, larceny, petty theft, second degree, and second offense, 2 counts of resisting officer, obstruction without violence, and another FTA. Larceny, grand theft, 300 or less, 5,000. Petty theft, first degree, 100 less, 300. Resist officer, obstruction with violence, and that's a mouthful. And on top of it all, he's violent. So we really need to get him off the street. Call Crimestoppers, please, and let's find him.
I almost feel like you need to catch your breath
I do.
after reading all of that. Maybe a glass of water.
Yeah.
And, you know, sit down, take a load off, kick
Go
your
ahead.
feet up. All right, next up we have Laura Ann Thiel. She is a white female and is 30 years old. She's approximately 5'4 and 135 pounds. She has blonde hair and hazel eyes. She's wanted for a family offense, deprive of custody of a minor and incompetent person.
Next up is Stephen Mack Diamond. And Stephen is a white male, 49 years of age. He's approximately 6 foot 1 inch tall, 200 pounds. He is bald with blue eyes, and he's wanted for fleeing and eluding, failure to obey law enforcement officer, driving while license suspended, resisting, fraud, impersonation, false ID given to law enforcement. Why do I get the long ones?
Or I don't know. Next up, we have Ronnie Lloyd Broxton Jr. Ronnie is a white male and is 42 years old. He's approximately 5'11 and 165 pounds. He has brown hair and blue eyes. He's wanted for violation of probation for theft from a construction site, resisting an officer with violence, corruption by threat against public servant, and has a failure to appear for driving while license suspended. And he's a habitual offender for that. He is also flagged violent.
And next up is Jonathan Wesley Large. Jonathan is a white male, 25 years of age. He's approximately 5'9", 190 pounds, brown hair, blue eyes. And Jonathan's wanted for grand theft, about $5,000, VOP, possession, controlled substance, and grand theft of less than $5,000.
Lastly, we have Joshua Lee Holley. Joshua is a white male, is 30 years old, approximately 5'9 and 210 pounds. He has blonde hair and blue eyes, and he is wanted for burglary and grand theft less than $5,000.
And that's our lineup for this show. And keep in mind that this show is pre-recorded, so we're hoping that these individuals will be caught soon. But in the event, just to let you know that it is pre-recorded and maybe they've been already caught. But still, if you know where they're at, contact Crimestoppers, 437-STOP.
All right. Now let's talk about, we have 3 individuals that we know have been caught.
Yeah.
Thanks to our wonderful anonymous tipsters through Crimestoppers. So we have 3 people, Bethany Rankins, Gianna Rios, and then Patrick Kohler. All 3 of them have been arrested based off of tips that we received through Crimestoppers, and those tipsters will be receiving an award.
Let me tell you how easy it is for Crimestoppers. This is really cool. So let's say that I suspect that my neighbor is wanted for whatever, and I want to call in Crimestoppers. First thing I do is I call 437-STOP. You're calling an agency, you're calling the call center in Canada. So once you call, your name is never asked for, don't need it. All the information is provided. And then what happens is, and if you use the website, you can speak 2 ways, communicate 2 ways with Crimestoppers, and we can get that information over to law enforcement. Now, once that occurs, and the person's arrested, you're eligible for reward. And that's when you call back in, you get a code, you go to the bank, you're done. No questions asked. And it's very simple. It's very important for us to get these people off the street. As you heard, some of these, well, it looks like 4 of them are violent individuals, and we do need to get them off the streets.
And what's great is if you use the app, you can actually chat back and forth with a Crimestopper person to let them know additional information after the fact. You know, maybe there's a question that investigators have that they're coming back to Crimestoppers and saying, can you ask this tipster what X, Y, and Z is regarding their information? And you can chat back and forth, and then you can get your reward information that way, and you don't even have to talk to anybody, which is great for those that hate talking on the phone. We're seeing that a lot these days.
Or need to be anonymous.
Or
That's the best way.
the best way.
Let's talk about the hiring process real quick. We get a lot of questions as to how do you get hired at the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office. First and foremost is you want to make sure you get a certification through a law enforcement academy. Here locally is Georgetown. And you go there, you get your certification. And about a month or 2 before you graduate is when you want to start applying. And you pass your state test, then you're good to go. You come over to our agency. There's a background involved, there's psychological, there's a CVSA, which is a computer voice stress analyzer, a background as far as personality and all that other good stuff. And generally it takes anywhere from a month, 2 months to get hired. So it is a lengthy process, but we want to make sure that the people that we select and hire at our agency are the best of the best, and that's why it takes a little bit of time. So if you're interested, go to our website, santarosasheriff.org. Under the careers tab, check it out. We're looking for law enforcement officers and school resource officers and dispatchers. So if you're interested, look forward to seeing you. Jacqueline, we're running out of time.
We are out of time.
And we will see you on our next show. Take care. Thanks for tuning in.